Hello viewers, this is Larry with Lightman Technology. In today's video, we're going to be covering automatic lighting control, the benefits, what you can do with the types of systems, and what types of control options and design is possible in an automated lighting control system. First, let me just make a quick promo note about our company. Lightman Technology was founded in 2015, and we are an audio video security low voltage vendor. We're also known as an integrator because we'll bring all of those types of projects together. In addition to audio and video and doing things such as home theaters and whole home audio and outdoor audio, we also do golf simulators, multi-sport simulators. We do home networking, home network digital security, Wi-Fi, physical networks, and of course the low voltage that goes along with those. And we're also a commercial audio video company. So in that space, we also do digital signage. We also do motorized shades, which sort of go hand in hand with the automated lighting control. You might first be asking, well, why do I need automatic lighting control? Or what are the benefits of automatic lighting control? Automatic lighting control is going to allow you to control the artificial and natural light coming into your home or in your home. So obviously artificial light is going to be all the light fixtures that you have installed throughout your home. Natural light is going to be clearly the sun, and we're going to control the natural light via window covering solutions, typically some form of shades, blinds, or automated curtains. Why do you need automatic lighting control, or one of the benefits of lighting control? Lighting control is going to allow you to do basically many benefits. You're going to be able to automate the use of your lighting control in your homes. And you might be asking, well, why does that matter? And as we go through some of the examples, you'll see the benefits of why you may want to automate your lights. Maybe you're going to be building a custom home that has a lot of lighting loads. Well, control of those lighting loads can get a little cumbersome, especially when you get up over 3 to 4 switches or loads in a room. What about the design of the home? Many homes these days, custom homes or larger residences, have an interior designer that's designing the look and feel of each room. And you're going to want the controls of those rooms to match the looks of the rooms. Maybe you're going to want stainless steel controls in one room, or a black control in one room, or a white control in another room. You're going to be able to want to have architectural design pieces as part of those controls. And automatic lighting control systems give you a much broader range of architectural styles when it comes to the controls for the home. You're going to probably want to do some sort of scene control in a home. Rather than have adjusting individual lights and loads and dims, you're going to want to be able to just use single button control of a room, especially when you have a room with 6, 7, 8 loads in the room, such as a kitchen. Auto dimming is another feature for automatic lighting control systems. For instance, exterior security, interior, they're scheduling the time of day with, for instance, maybe at sunset, you're going to have lights come on to make sure that the home is secure. You can also integrate lighting control systems with security systems. So if an alarm goes off, certain lights come on. Maybe if the fire alarm goes off, you could illuminate an exit path from the home. Or if the burglar alarm goes off, maybe you want to turn on all exterior lights if they're not already on. You can also integrate shades and the lighting control system. So for instance, maybe you have a scene where, for instance, the morning, all the lights come on bright and the shades open. And then in the evening, you have a scene where the lights dim and the shades close as well. So these are just some of the examples of the many of the benefits you can have from an automated lighting control system. The next question might come up as, well, what brand or what type of lighting control system should I install? Well, Lightman Technology has always been a partner with Lutron. Lutron is the leader in residential lighting control. The founder of Lutron, Joel Spira, invented the dimmer back in 1961, the solid state dimmer. So obviously, a, if you're going to consider a lighting control system, you want to go with a company that's been around a long time, has a very wide range of products and offerings, and has reliability. And Lutron has probably got in the residential market the largest installer base in the country, which gives the customer a lot of options when it comes to vendors to both install and in the long run maintain and update their system. So with that, I would like to go through some of the Lutron control options and some of the different product offerings to give you an idea of what types of options that you would have available to you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring up just the Lutron website here in the background. And I'll go ahead and bring my image back up. So this is just a sort of a sample residence. Obviously, this would be a large residential installation, a beautiful home that any of us would love to have. A home like this could have anywhere upwards of 60 or 70 loads that they're going to control in this home, in addition to 20 or 30 shades in the various areas of this home to control natural sunlight. Maybe not a project everybody's going to be able to do. And what's nice is Lutron can handle pretty much any size installation. So if we look at some of the comparison guides to the various Lutron products, we can see that they have three primary lighting control systems. They have the Caseta system, which is in essence basically a do-it-yourself project, a do-it-yourself type of product. So with Caseta, you're going to do basically wireless only installation, and they really only have one type of control for the Caseta system. This is typically something you're going to see in a Lowe's and a Home Depot, and I'm not going to cover this option a lot as we typically don't install the Caseta systems in many of our projects. The next system you're going to see is the Radio RA2. I'm not really going to go over RA2 Select because it's very similar to the Radio RA2 full installation, and that's typically the one that we're going to be installing. So with Radio RA2, which has now actually been upgraded to Radio RA3, they just haven't updated this graphic yet. Radio RA3 can handle 200 devices. It's got local radio frequency or local RF. You have Pico controls, but as you can see, you also have the option of RF C-Touch keypads. So with the Radio RA2/3 system, you do not get the option of having keypads for control. But once again, the entire system is wireless. So we'll often use this system in smaller residential projects or a project where the customer just wants to retrofit. If they already have keypads throughout the house, or I'm sorry, if they already have switches and dimmers installed throughout the house, we're not going to be able to rewire that home. So we'll replace the existing switches with wireless switches or dimmers, and then we can control those with keypads at certain areas of the house. So maybe we'll replace a 3-gang switch bank with two keypads, or with one keypad and 2 dimmers, and that keypad would basically in essence control that bank, and then it could control other loads throughout the house. So it does give us a lot of flexibility in how we redo a system. Then the largest of the projects that we could do in a Lutron installation is the Homeworks system. So Homeworks can do up to 10,000 devices, or zones they call them. It can be locally wired or be radio frequency, so wireless or wired. They also have the option of centralized control, and that gives us the ability to centralize the wiring of the lights to a panel or multiple panels in the basement, where we install Lutron modules that control the loads. So in essence, the keypads send signals to those modules, either via wireless or wired technology, to control the home. You also have more options when it comes to keypads and controls and styles with the HomeWorks system. You have the option of the graphic T dimmer, which we also had in the RA2 system, but you sort of separate from the RA3 system. Where you also sort of separate from RA3 is with the Palladium keypads in the HomeWorks lineup, and we'll cover some of those here in a little bit. In essence, I just wanted to give you an overview of these three different levels. For the most part, our company only operates within the RA3 and the HomeWorks lineups. So you might be asking, okay, this all sounds great, but what are some examples of how I could use a Lutron HomeWorks or Lutron RA3 lighting control system in my home? So next we'll review some of the examples of what you can control with these types of systems. I'll also just here quickly review. I've already mentioned some of the keypads, but let's go ahead and look at some of the examples of the keypads, and then we'll look at those examples in the homes as well as we look at some of that. So the system devices for the RA3 system are the Sonata keypads, which are a new keypad in 2023, the Sonata dimmers, Sonata switches. You also have this cool outdoor plug. So basically, long as the radio frequency signal will reach out to the exterior of the home, and we can use repeaters to extend the signals, you can control, for instance, exterior lights or holiday lights or some other lighting load on the exterior of the home. This circular device is the RA3 processor, and they call it an all-in-one because you used to have a processor, and then you used to have a module to integrate with the wireless, with the app, I mean, and they've centralized that into one, which is why they call it the all-in-one processor. In this page, you can also see the Lutron app for control. You can integrate the wireless Pico remotes, sensors, RF technology, and you also have other additional accessories, and you can integrate the shades with RA3, wired or wireless. With the HomeWorks lineup, you do get additional options, as I mentioned before, and these are the Palladium keypads. So for instance, this is a Palladium keypad in gold, but with HomeWorks, you can match up any architectural style that you're going to be using in the home. So for example, as I scroll through the website, you can see that they have, this was an almond, this is the almond color in architectural matte. You can see they have a smooth stainless option, a black option, which you might use in like a home theater or a dark, a room that you have the customer's got painted dark. Here you can have just the traditional white in matte or gloss. Really, they have unlimited amounts of finishes and options to match any style in the home. Here you can see they have the thermostat, which is an option as well, and the thermostat matches up with the Palladium keypad style, so a very nice look to the home. These thermostats integrate with most HVAC systems. However, I typically wouldn't recommend them if you're using in-floor heat. I would continue to use a separate in-floor heat control system. But for regular forced air and air conditioning, heat and air conditioning forced air systems, the Lutron thermostats work very well. So let's move on to showing how you would put some of this technology to work in your home or your future project. Lutron has a project that they did down in Orlando, and forgive me for not using one of my customers' projects, but what's nice about this image is it meets a lot of the criteria that you would have in a traditional custom home. And I also didn't need to get permission from a customer to use these images. They were just free to use from the Lutron website, so that's nice. So with this example, I have two pictures of this room, and the two images can show you sort of how you can control the environment with really just a single push of a button in this home. So from this angle, you can see the house is very bright. You can see the white textures from the paint. The fixtures are all turned up all the way, and it's a very bright, inviting scene. If we look at the room from the other angle, however, you'll see that the room is much softer. So in this scene, same room, same lighting control system, you can see that it's much softer. The lights are dimmed, it's not so bright, and maybe this is more of an entertaining or a scene where they're just relaxing versus maybe the other scene of the kitchen area, maybe they were getting ready to do food prep. So it gives you sort of an idea of how you can use the lighting control system to change the feel and basically the mood of the room. Now let's review some of the lighting loads that they're using in these areas. So for instance, they have some LED lights up in the tray of the ceiling. They have some LED lights, can lights up in the top here, sort of cut off, but you can see that one. They're using in-cabinet lights to highlight their artwork. They're using sconces, a chandelier. There's even some exterior lights out on this patio. And then, of course, they're controlling natural light by having the shade partially closed. So they're basically controlling natural and artificial light in this home. Now, there's several ways you could go about controlling this home. Of course, if you weren't using automatic lighting control, you would have something that looks similar to this image I'm pulling up. This old 4-gang Decora style switch. Not really a lot of options architecturally or from a design perspective, and a little hard to use because honestly, nobody ever remembers what these switches do. I've been in homes where people that have been in their homes for 10 years, and they often are still flipping these switches to see what they do. Maybe some of you can relate. I know I can, in some of the homes I've been in. But this room has, if we count them again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the shade 6, so 6 or 7 different loads or lighting controls that can be used. You would have to have you'd have to have 3 or 4 2-gang switches or combine 4-gang and 2-gang switches to get the control of this room. And then you would have to manually turn on each load and adjust the level to the amount of light that you want to come out of that load. Rather than using that 4-gang switch, the Lutron Lighting Control system allows you to use something along the lines of the Palladium keypad. The Palladium keypad is going to allow you to use a scene control. So this keypad will allow you to use an evening scene, or you can use this night light scene, which would allow you to probably dim the lights at a very low level. That's a lot easier than having to use these a multitude of switches and controls to try to control your lighting levels. The scenes allow you to adjust multiple loads at the same time for different types of, or different times of the day, or different types of use for each room. Most custom homes that we do are going to use some level of lighting control to control rooms. Now, you don't have to do a whole home. You could do just one room. You could do the great room and the dining room and the kitchen. Or maybe you do the primary room and the primary bath. you don't have to do the entire home. A lot of the projects we do will intermix traditional dumb controls with the automated lighting controls. Some of it just depends on the budget. Another area that we haven't touched on, and I'll cover in a separate video, but I'd like to touch on it here, is color lighting controls. Lutron also has a product line called the Ketra product line, and the Ketra product line allows customers to change not only the level of the light, but the color of the light. So customers can, let me just get rid of some of these other images. Customers can control the color level of the lights. And you might wonder, well, why does the color level matter? Well, a lot of LED lights only give you the option to have a very bright light or a soft light. And a lot of customers want to have both those options in the same color. In addition, a lot of LED lights are not dimmable down to a very low percent. Some LEDs will only dim down to 2 or 3% before they shut off, whereas Lutron Ketra lights will dim down to a 0.5%, which is the lowest in the industry. So so this is a good example. This is on Lutron's website, and this example gives you an idea of the different temperatures you can control with the lighting control system, with a Lutron lighting control system. So right now they have an afternoon scene on, which is really the Lutron bulbs, the Ketra bulbs can match the exterior light. Lutron bulbs can mimic exterior light on an interior space. So you'll notice this space, the interior and the exterior almost match up from a lighting perspective. But if we look at a sunset theme, now we're going to sort of match the light level from the exterior to the interior. And Ketra will automatically do this with programming. So you'll notice the lights are dimmed. They're sort of a soft white. You can see that there's a light. I'm going to move my image here. But you can see that there's a light over the apples here, and it's allowing the vibrancy of those colors in the apples to stand out. Next, we'll go to the evening scene, and now things are dimmed even more. You can see that the colors on this picture in the background is fairly vibrant. You have some color lighting over the table. If we go to a hosting scene, now we can add color to the room. We have some colors to match the artistic fixture over to the right of me. Here with my pointer. So there's some colors going on in this fixture using the Ketra bulbs. There's some light over by this image that is controlling the color temperatures. So Ketra allows a customer not only to control the light level, the white light level, Ketra allows you to control the color vibrancy in a room, and you can also match interior and exterior light levels using the Ketra bulbs. I'm going to do a separate video on just the Ketra aspect because it really just needs its own video. But I did want to show a little bit of what Ketra can do with the lighting control system in a home and in a room. And you can visit the Ketra website, the Lutron. You just Google Lutron Ketra, and they have other videos that you can see that will give you an overview of how you can match vibrancies, you can match color of art, you can match interior and exterior colors. It really gives you a lot of flexibility. So in summary, I think, or I hope that I've given you a lot of ideas on how you can integrate automatic lighting control into your next project or in an existing home with retrofitting your existing lighting controls or switches. I hope that you've seen that the Lutron Lighting Control experience gives you a lot of design options for matching up interior design with what you're doing in the house with the lighting controls. And I hope that the Ketra experience gives you some other options as far as matching color and tones and vibrancy in a home. Lightman Technology will do projects throughout the country. It's a matter of just a couple days of pre-wire and then a couple days of finished installation. And from there, we can support the installation remotely. And we also offer design services. So if you're interested in having our company put together a design, a Lutron Lighting Control design for your home, you can take that design and bid it out to local vendors and get pricing on installation and bill of materials, or we'll be happy to bid that project out as well. Thanks for viewing.